Hello and welcome to another episode of SqEngineering. I'm Sprutis, and in today's episode about my Supra, I'm not really sure what I will be doing. A friend is coming here for a visit, so I can't really do anything that, nothing like sandblasting and stuff like that, and I guess that's good for you as well. But I brought a few things from home. One connector for Teflon hose. This one is intended for my wastegate. This is a higher quality one than the ones I have from before, the ones that broke in the wastegate. So I think I will compare them and see what the actual difference is. But that would also mean that I need to take out the wastegate. And I guess we would anyway sort of need to do that. Then we can check the condition on it. We can take out the broken off connector, and we could also start on my new downpipe and exhaust, which I want to do in stainless steel. I can't afford titanium, so we will skip that. And for that I also have a stainless steel flange for the wastegate as well as the turbo. I think we will talk a bit more about that later on. Another thing I brought is this 3D printed plate, and you see that it's got 5 big holes. So this is the start of my offset measuring tool. So I will be making my own, so that I can get wheels that fit my car properly. So I need to make sure that this one fits, because currently it doesn't. I think the tolerances on the big holes are wrong, so they are too small. So a drill will solve that, and then we can see if this is any good. And I also have a big aluminum pipe, which together with this will form my new power steering reservoir. So basically this one will be sitting in the middle, and I will of course cut off the pipes, but I will utilize the threads in the pipe as well as the adapter, the red thing here, and then the AN10 O-ring connector. So this will house the filter, but I need to make sure that my idea will actually fit in the car. Initially I thought about having this one centered in the other pipe, but that could be not so good. Perhaps I can just off-center it a bit, and that will solve the problem, just as long as I have room on all sides of the filter, just to utilize the entire surface of the filter. So we will talk about that as well. Yeah. Another thing we have are all these zinc and yellow passivated fasteners and brackets and pipes and sliding brackets. So we could actually maybe move on with the suspension parts, but I guess I need to do some paint touch-up on the control arms and so on before installing anything on the car. So we have opened up the hood and we're now in the engine bay, as you can see, and I've already placed my makeshift power steering reservoir here. And if we look down, we see that we basically have clearance in the middle, so the connection would go in that direction for the power steering pump, which is situated down below here. So like a 45 or a 60-degree connection. And even when it's sitting just like this, I'm quite confident that it will fit, and it won't be as, I mean, we will not have this diameter down here, we will have that other piece. So basically if it stops here, then it's quite good. And basically if we cut it off at or around where the tape is, then we have some room for a proper threaded hat on top. So this is looking promising. Then we also have this bracket here for the boost solenoid. I folded the steel in the wrong direction, so this currently, as it sits, the boost solenoid will stay here. But I think since we also have the room, that I should try to refold it in the other direction and then have the boost solenoid on the other side, so it will be a bit more covered up. This will also cover up the turbo a bit, so that's a good thing. So we're doing a lot of thinking today, and I'm thinking about using elbows like this, or small aluminum bends, just to make it equal, so that I have that out of or into every runner, so that I keep, just like my old intake manifold, I keep the first, or the part that's closest to the cylinder head, and just make a new one. But in order to sort of keep the pipes as short as possible, I would need to lower the alternator. So basically just a step down. And I'm also thinking about this crankcase ventilation hose, which is connecting here. So if I want to use these bends, then it will be a bit tricky, but it might work. Maybe it can work. Yeah, I need to do a bit more thinking, but basically just lower it a few centimeters, then we still have a good angle on this one. And one scenario would be actually to run it like it's placed now, so basically over the alternator. But then I need to consider that when making the intake manifold, so that I have enough space. So if we look into the old reservoir, we can see that there is something down there. I'm trying to focus on it. Doesn't really want to work, but there's like this. Now you see something. So that's dirt collected by the filter. So this reservoir have done its job, and maybe we can see it, but underneath that shiny edge in the middle of the picture is like so that's the yeah, up there somewhere. But we see here how the power steering fluid is coming in, and on the inside we basically have it meets a wall, so the fluid needs to change direction 90 degrees. So I will copy something like that for my own. And we see also that we have down there, you see you have one lip and the second lip. The second lip is sort of like a splash guard, I guess, just to try to make whatever possible in order to avoid air bubbles in the fluid. So I will try to do something similar with my own. So I was able to get the dirt out, which turned out to be some sort of power steering fluid drenched paper. So it could be me, it could be something like this, I don't know, but yeah, the filter stopped it at least from clogging up the pump. So this was a slightly weird episode. Not much got done, but there are many aspects to consider when building a new intake manifold, and apparently also a power steering reservoir. But I think my plan is quite okay for both intake manifold and the reservoir. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish at least the CAD drawing for the container reservoir, so that I can start to cut up pieces for it. But that will have to wait for another episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.